Welcome to a Drop Tent Media production.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh, man. Do we have a special show for you guys today? But before we jump into that, I would like to offer a retraction to something that I said last week. All genocides are, in fact, bad. I still agree that, because I said I don't like the idea of killing people based on how they were born, but how they became. But the gen prefix in genocide basically means situation in which you were born.
So we have to come up with another word.
Yeah.
To clarify, you are still pro killing massive amounts of people before their decisions, not for who they were born as.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's what the gen in genocide means. How they were born as.
Right. So we'll go
My
with,
bad.
Yeah, do you have another term for that?
Well, since I based it off annoying internet behavior, I originally wanted memicide, but I didn't like how that with the hard E, so memicide.
Memicide, okay.
Yeah, so memicide is what I would
is the
call
worst letter to put hard with. That's the worst one.
Oh, we got a comment. We got naughty boss. Naughty boss in there. Woohoo, my favorite time of the week.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
Naughty
man.
Boss. Well, you may
Thanks.
reconsider once you meet our special guest for the week.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I love this guy. Our special guest is Luke Kincade, comedian Luke Kincade.
Shalom. Hello.
How are
Great
you?
to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Big-
Why,
Yeah,
Thank you for having
is that
me.
like
why did you start with a slightly Jewish accent there? Thank you for having me.
Great to be here. The 2% goes into the 8%. We're good to be here. Weekday Comics.
Yeah.
yeah, Luke is one of my favorites. I like to call him the biggest box checker in Philly comedy.
What do you need? You know, what do you need out of your diversity lineup?
I mean, yeah, if you want a black guy, a handicapped guy, a white supremacist, you fucking call Luke.
A closeted gay man.
That's right, a conservative.
That's me.
Yeah, exactly. There he
Yeah,
is.
and you're the most handicapped person we'd be able to have on this show.
Yes,
We
there
are
are
in a
stairs.
basement, yeah.
There are stairs involved into accessing.
Well, I was
this.
at a mic at bar. I was at Bar 13 last Wednesday. There was a comic there, no legs.
See, well, I guess we'd have to carry him down here. Do you have?
No,
a
he can walk.
contingency?
He had the prosthetics.
Oh,
yeah, he had
okay.
black
so he
legs.
wasn't like paralyzed.
Like me. So me and him both have crippled black legs. His
Okay.
prosthetics were dark black. So
now, for those of you at home listening, Luke has a condition where his right knee is on his left leg and his left knee is on his right leg.
yeah, I have. It's a
How accurate is that?
I
What
believe,
I
I believe in the 1920s it was wobbly kneed.
Yeah.
They call it Susification now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We are off to a good start.
I actually was born with a condition called aromatase deficiency. It affects 13 people in the entire world. It's where your growth plates don't fuse. So I just continued to grow, and my knees got wobbly. Then I got surgery, which I thought helped. But then I was with you at a show, and you
Yeah.
got plastered drunk. You said, "Oh, your knees look fucking the same." You look and I was like, "Okay." Then I drove home and cried, and I was like, "I'm going to become a crippled piece of shit." So anyway,
But then you started
Yeah.
booking off of it.
You don't let it affect you. You still
no.
park in normal spots like a fucking like an idiot.
Well, I shouldn't do that anymore. Yeah, my roommates want me to park in handicap spots.
Why the fuck wouldn't you? If it's
Yeah.
13 people, you can obviously get a placard for it.
Yeah,
right?
if you want to
know.
be tough, I'll just take your placard.
yeah. Well, listen, with this body, you need to have some more steps in your life. So
Yeah. I do admit, though, I do admire that I got the privilege of witnessing you go to open mics on your crutches for about, I don't know, a good year maybe. You were on those crutches for a while,
that was like
weren't
8
you?
weeks.
Just
I
8
was-
weeks?
Yeah,
Felt like
yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, your fucking time management.
Yeah, I had the plates put in on both sides of the knees, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing mics. I'm like, I'm at home doing nothing. And Philly's Funniest was happening, so I signed up. So I was like, all right, let me just do that. And I took 2 Percocets, and I was drinking. And I did like 12 extra minutes during my set, and then I got disqualified.
But you
It was
did it, goddammit.
fun time,
Yeah.
fun time.
But you did the
Yeah,
damn
you didn't
thing.
even. You can't fucking disqualify me.
No,
I'm special
no.
needs.
I'm special. Yeah, exactly.
You don't take advantage of it ever.
Last time we had an old guy fall off the stage and he advanced. What happened to me? What about me?
Yeah, that is right.
Well, yeah, that was damage control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Phil Sweet. Shout out Phil Sweet.
Yeah, he's great, but he did fall off the stage,
Mm-hmm.
and we were all very, very worried because he is for the viewers at home, he's about a 90-year-old man, very funny guy, very sweet, but he fell off the stage in a packed comedy club, and
he advanced.
I mean,
yeah, well, best moment of his set,
that
to be
would-
honest. I mean, great jokes. He does have great jokes, but that was the best moment of the set.
I think everyone should fucking do a header.
I think so too.
You're never more in the moment with an entire group of people
Yeah,
than when a 90-year-old man falls
Big
like
J,
8
yeah.
feet.
Phil Sweet did it. Big J did it. That one guy, then the Laugh Factory, he fell off the stage, got a bunch of views. So.
Yeah.
Why doesn't every fucking alt theater put out a theme show taking a header into the crowd?
Oh man.
It's like a mosh pit in a comedy show.
Oh shit! I could have used a fucking header at the last show I did. God damn! I ate so much shit. I should have just stage dove. Have you ever had a set like that?
No.
No, that's not true. I would have been there to catch you. At a few of
I've had
those.
sets where the entire audience should have staged dove, but never me.
That's funny. I have that too because I know in my heart that the audience, they weren't shitty for any of the other comics. We weren't clicking, and I know it was them. But I still blame me because I'm fucking sick with that comic shit of like, don't ever blame the audience. It's always your fault. It's like, no, I know this time
Yeah.
it was fucking them.
I'm sorry.
I
Dude,
know
this
it
is an
was-
Atlantic City crowd, and it's 6 p.m. the day before Easter.
Yeah.
People are plastered.
Yeah.
No, it's me.
Yeah,
I have a
100%.
street PhD in haha. I'm the fucking expert here.
I majored in Laughonomics.
Yeah.
The worst show I ever did is the week after Christmas, the burlesque show in Philly at Dobbs on South.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was tough.
No, it was horrible. I can give
Did
you
you
the whole
keep your
layout.
clothes on?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
see?
the skinniest woman there. It was, you guys know Brandon Dunbar. He was
Yes,
there and there.
one
and
of my good friends.
He opened. He
Another
ate
Philly
shit.
comic.
Didn't set up anything. He goes, "All right, dude. No fucking A material this time, dude. Going straight to the random fucking jokes, dude." And he bombed. Dylan Tucker, then he's great. for
Dylan
a
Tucker,
comic.
probably the best comic in
Hilarious.
Delaware.
Dunbar's
to my
also
knowledge.
last. He's great too. But Dylan Tucker goes up, does rape jokes to the woke burlesque crowd. Then the host goes up and goes, "I see all you white boys laughing at rape jokes. Rape isn't fucking funny, yelling at us."
Yikes.
Then
I love the
followed.
lecture. I love the host. Did you open with a rape joke?
I said, "So I like Trump. Trump's great." Got nothing, and then I just
They
powered
must
through.
have fucking loved
Do you? Because you're open about. Do you have like purple-haired bowl cuts telling you about the black experience when you say that you're a Trump supporter?
No, I'm surprisingly I don't have that. Yeah, it's actually, I think I've been doing it so much in Philly that like I've kind of been like, because I've been doing Grape and Fergie's a lot. They've actually like that I do those jokes. They're actually starting to come around on me, which is awesome.
Oh, do they think you're a parody, or do they think?
They might think I'm a parody. Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, Philly has got, people in it that do kind of set a weird tone sometimes, but I think when you get to like know the real comics there, they appreciate real comedy.
Oh yeah, of course.
And,
yeah.
No, they don't.
well, okay, we might disagree about that. I
They
think
want
if
to. They want to clip everyone's legs out from under them.
Well, that might be
No,
true.
no pun.
I'm not gonna go, I just feel like we're not gonna do that. That'll be another episode where we break down name by name the comics we like and hate in the Philadelphia comedy scene. No, I would say that the comics that I find are actually good and could make it in any scene. Those are the people that would look at you and be like, "So what? We don't share."
The
an
audience,
opinion."
not the if there's actual audience members that are like,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
plus,
Well, you said like Grape and Fergie, so I just assumed there wasn't.
no, not
They-
the
yeah.
Some of the comics don't like me just based on that. Yes, but-
they're all 3 years removed. When Trump gets reelected again, which likely,
Yeah, maybe.
then we get to watch them lose their collective minds again.
yeah.
It'd be nice if you said like the other comics don't like me. It's probably, I actually blame them. It's probably a race thing. Like, just lean on them even more. Like, you're racist if you don't like me. If
true,
you think
true.
about it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you said Trump wins probably for the third time in a row, right?
And this is why they don't like you.
Exactly. Yes.
No.
Come on, you gotta. I like. Come on, you gotta
No,
poke.
that's why. Honestly, that's why Luke. I
such
love
a funny
Luke.
poke.
This is my
Yeah.
gimmick. I gotta,
It's such a funny
Absolutely.
poke. You
I
gotta-
love that you go out and do that. Like, I know that you like more or less really believe it. You're not like a J6 Trump or anything like that. You
No,
just,
no.
you like the guy.
I mean,
hey,
was
whatever.
it the driver Was it the distance of the drive, or
Well, it's mainly because most people I hate in my life hate Trump,
okay?
so I have to like Trump now. You know what I mean? It's kind of
so
like
you- wait.
that.
So does it have anything to do with the man himself?
I like him. I like
Okay.
him more than Biden. I used to like him a lot more, but then I went to his rally and I was like, all right, this guy's probably not for me then.
So we're just getting the good clips.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Well, it's like back in the day where you only liked a band for their single, and then you saw them and you're like, ah,
They
fuck
listen
this.
to Ouija's Green album. Like, oh, this band sucks. Yeah.
You're not a January 6th fan now?
Oh, of course I am.
I actually am.
yeah.
I just
Jesus Christ.
no. I don't.
No, let me write this down. Hold on.
Yeah,
Another retraction next
Yeah.
week. Hold
No,
on.
no, no,
Let
no.
me,
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in, FBI.
I don't necessarily agree with the politics, but I'm okay with the idea of trying to overthrow your government.
exactly.
I honestly
that.
think I love that they set up gallows for Mike
I don't have a
Pence.
problem with that. As a thing you're not actually going to use, the gallows or a guillotine, great thing to bring to a protest.
I'm okay with
I
using
think
it.
any protest. I think every protest should do. This is probably gonna get drop tent screwed up. I apologize, but
Yeah.
If we haven't,
Yeah.
no, go on.
Do you want to go on? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I wish the Black Lives Matter movement did that. I would be so
Yeah,
for it. That'd be
I'm
awesome.
sure.
Yeah, because I don't want to get super freaking Mike Pence on this, but like. If you have a problem with the government, don't throw a brick through an insomnia cookie. Go to the public
Exactly.
building.
They went
Yeah.
to the that's probably why the left was so pissed at that. They're like, that's a
great
we're-
idea.
They're the ones that we call stupid. They had a great fucking
How did
idea.
we never talk? Yeah.
I
mean,
think every year we should vote on one politician to kill two.
And it makes sense because Trump right now is. It makes
Honestly,
sense.
I don't know how. Is that not a political slogan already for you? Like that's your campaign slogan.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
you
Like,
said
one a
yeah.
year, vote for
every
James
year,
Bernard.
every year you vote for one, and then that'll get them maybe do it for a few years,
And they're
that'll
doing it
get
for
them
a good
get their
cause.
shit together.
It's
Yeah,
they're doing it for a good cause, James. Because Trump is right now killing the child predators that are in office and sending them to Guantanamo Bay. It makes sense.
See, I know for a fact that you only do the Q shit as a bit, and you only do it to provoke.
Yeah, that's
people.
bad. That's
I'm
bad.
only saying that.
That's why when I was at the Trump rally, I see people holding like Q and I. We're together. I'm like, oh, that's not me. Get
Yeah,
away
yeah,
from
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
But I like that about you because everyone that knows that you're conservative, so it gives you an edge when you make those jokes that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like if I went out and just started talking about QAnon, people would be like, "Oh, ha ha ha!" But we know you voted for Bernie. We know it's a bit. When you do it, people have to go, wait, do you really think that John F. Kennedy Jr. is the phantom president?
I think they
and
give me
shit?
more leeway too because of skin color. I think
That's honestly what I like about your comedy, and I've said this before. Is
His
that,
skin
that
color.
you're black.
Yeah, that you're black.
my grandfather's not a fan of that either, but you are. That's good.
And I'm only doing it to make my dad mad. No, I like that you.
You and my mom have a lot in
confuse-
common.
You confuse people, and we would talk about this was 1 or 2 episodes ago. We were talking about how there really isn't much difference between the reactionaries on the right and the reactionaries on the left, and I think that you do a really good job. A lot of times the reactionaries on the left kind of get away with it because they're not as loud and they don't get as focused on the media. They kind of just live on Twitter, and I like that you provoke them in the way that most comedians are focused on provoking the far right.
Right,
You know
right,
what
right,
I mean?
right.
Like you are happy to poke at them because nothing's sacred. That's what we fucking do this shit for.
Yeah,
and I like that.
Yeah, I did something about great, but of course, talk about me being a Trump guy. And one of the guys in the crowd is a gay guy, and he was like, "Yeah, you should do it more. You're not doing it enough." I'm like, "All right, well, hell yeah, I'm going to do it more next week." Yeah, and I'll probably get banned, but
Hey, do you, baby?
yeah, why not?
But it's
Just
like
win, baby. Yeah, Al Davis.
but it's easy for like the more apolitical Dave or the more like a leftist me to go out and say shit, and people will hate us. You know what I mean? Like if we try edgy stuff, we're more likely for those woke people to be like, just another fucking white man, and for you to get up there and do it, it does fuck with people because they are almost like, in a weird, ironic way, prejudging everyone from their "we don't judge anybody" ivory
exactly.
tower.
Yeah.
And when you go up there, they've already judged you, and you're just like the fact that you are black, are conservative, and are willing to be like super funny and open about it. It makes them go like, "Buh, buh," and you see like
I know.
the people
Halfway,
like melt.
halfway through your set, they stop kneeling in their dashikis and and slowly back away. Like, no,
And those
good.
multicolored robes turn white real quick.
You're trying to convert the tolerant left to racist.
Yeah.
I love it,
It's
yeah.
working. It's working.
You're like the opposite of that guy that the guy that converted all the KKK members.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Was that the guy Daryl Davis?
Yeah, Darryl. Yep, the KKK guy.
And he doesn't like Jews.
So that's how he was like
Can
getting
you blame
them.
him?
That's how he was getting the like on a lot of their sides.
Was he like
that-
serious about not liking Jews?
I
or-
couldn't tell you.
Oh, God.
I
I'd
just
actually-
know that like some of the conversations that he had with these guys that came out, and there was like a lot of
Wait.
like, well, you know, they control the bank. Sure, yeah. Anyway, you want to take that cross down or what?
Did he do it with more? Wait, did he do this to KKK members or neo-Nazis? Because I feel like the KKK would hate
Oh, they hate the
black
Jews.
people more,
Oh,
but
no,
the
they hate the
neo-Nazis
Jews.
would hate the Jews more. Like if they had to rank who they hate, I always assumed KKK was like the arch enemy of the blacks,
This is
and
apples
the
to oranges.
neo-Nazis are the arch enemy of the Jews.
I think you're right, but I think it's like a Batman rogues gallery. You know, like they both
yeah,
hate
but it's
everybody.
not like the Joker could turn him against the Riddler, but the Riddler, he'd have an easier time working with the Riddler to be against the Joker
That
than
makes-
working with the Joker to be
Yeah,
against
but
the
you know
Riddler.
what it's like to work with a Joker, dude.
Yeah, and the Riddler's
You know what I'm
Jewish.
saying? It's a pain in the ass.
Is
They
the
don't show
Joker or
up
the
on
Riddler
time.
the Jews in this situation?
We all know it's the Riddler.
Yeah, it's the Riddler. He's always,
I mean,
he's always asking
but like
questions.
the comedian background.
Yeah, that's true. But the Riddler is the guy who's going to be like,
Jesus Christ.
With the lying and the deceitfulness,
Yeah.
come on.
Just go with the bit, you son of a bitch.
They're both lying. Well,
I hate this.
I think this could be one of the most interesting conversations we've ever had if we
yes.
just let it blossom.
Yeah, you are true. Yeah, I hate
All right,
this.
let's
which one
assign
of
let's
Batman's-
assign a nationality to every Batman villain. Bane's obviously
Catholic.
Latinx.
Yeah, he's Catholic, obviously. Poison Ivy, Wiccan, gotta be like
Oh,
nature,
yeah, that's a
like
good call.
animalistic. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, this yeah.
All right, I'm
I,
out.
I,
I'm
I,
out.
I don't know shit about superheroes.
I'm
I'm
out.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'd have to. I want to put more thought into it. Just
This'll be-
spout off.
Yeah, I agree.
I might say something racist. If I
We don't want to be as casual as we were when we were talking about genociding half the
Yeah.
population. So let's put a pin in that. We will
Yeah.
come back and discuss the religion and
genocide.
ethnicity.
Boom.
of-
Memicide. Yay.
So I also wanted to talk about, speaking of the ability to like scramble people's brains and to go in and subvert expectations. You do this thing. Okay, and I love it. You know it. Its name's Luke Kincade.
Oh, okay.
And okay, so for those of you at home that have never had the privilege of seeing Luke, which is probably most of you,
Yeah.
but
Including my parents that are watching.
Have you been to a bowling alley on a Monday afternoon recently? Then you haven't watched Luke perform comedy.
That mic shut down.
But you will occasionally do this thing for fun, where you will go up and you will deliver the same material that you, Luke Kincade, has written and usually do as yourself, and you'll go up as Luke Kincade, who is just your version of like a deaf comedy comic.
Yeah, I think Dave was there the first time. Were you there the first time I did it?
I think the second I saw.
The first time I did it, like it was an all like we were at 13 and it was like an all black room. But like now, hold on
There's
to
a
your
Delaware
hats.
venue, just
Oh,
for anybody. There's
no,
a Delaware
yeah,
venue.
Bar
venue.
13
Bar
is a
13.
Satanist bar in Delaware where people
but
go
it
to
was
do
an all
comedy.
black crowd, and hold on to your hats, guys. They were talking throughout the entire show. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. So nobody was getting their attention trying to do comedy. So I went up and I go, "Yo, what's cracking, Ball 13? How y'all doing?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I just did my material and it just crushed. It just.
I think they started to slowly figure it out as time trickled
yeah,
by.
right, you're right. Did they really? Oh, yeah, after the guy said, "Oh, thanks everybody, have a good day," and I was like, "Yeah, that." Then they figured it out. But for the time I was doing the voice, it crushed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the second time I did it, I don't know why. I get like possessed by it because it's so fun to do. It's so fun, and I'm just talking about a joke, and I said something. And like this girl just says something. I just go. I remember when when Eddie Murphy's doing stand up and somebody calls out to the crowd. And
Hey,
Charlie
suck
Murphy
my
goes,
dick.
Shut up, bitch! I did the exact same thing. Like shut up, bitch! And that's one of the best sets I ever had in my life.
It was amazing. And I've been trying to get you to do it
Yeah.
every time.
I think you both should do it.
Which is why, yeah. I've always
Yeah.
said stereotypes are funny.
Yeah.
When are you going to Larry the Cable Guy this?
Well, as soon as I move to Los Angeles, I might do it. Yeah.
there you go.
Well, funny, speaking of that, like people, like especially when I was in LA and people would be like very treating me. There you go. Told you. How long did it take? Clock it. Luke hates when I mention that. the place I lived for 5 years. But the people in LA would treat me like a Trumper all the time just because of how I looked, and I would almost confuse their expectations by not being like "fucking yeah, MAGA baby," which always kind of frustrated me. But my friends would always say like, "You should just sell out." Become a right winger, become a blue collar comedy tour guy. Fuck being yourself and succeeding on your own merits. Just get the bag. Just be Larry the Cable Guy. And I always joke, but as I get further and further into comedy and I'm not succeeding, part of me is like, maybe I should get her done.
But you would fucking hate yourself.
I would.
You would
exactly.
hate yourself.
I would loathe
now.
it.
You'll get stifled too. The right wing comics that are like put on display for the world to see are always the fucking dumbest
Yes,
ones.
agreed.
It's
But do you ever, when you got that huge pop as Luke Cade, did you have any moment where you were like,
I couldn't
maybe?
do it.
Oh, no.
I couldn't do
Good,
it.
good
It's-
for
yeah, you never
'Cause
take
if I-
advantage of anything.
really, I don't. But it's like, yeah, but
You have
if
a condition that 13 people in the world have. Never fucking bring it up on
Yeah, that's-
stage ever.
You know what? It's a good point because I've never heard, I know you had a condition, but I did not know that you were one of 13. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, in the
Yeah,
world.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
well, I mean, I haven't thought of a joke of it.
Are
for
you
a
at
year.
your ideal height? Or should you have
they're
waited to
just
get the
start-
surgery a little bit
I,
longer?
I mean, it's still growing. Like, I grew probably a couple inches, like throughout the year, like the
Stop
past year.
bragging.
So, no offense. That's just in height. That's not in the pants. No
Yeah.
offense. But yeah.
What are you now? You were like what, 6'5" at one point, or
Well, right now I'm 6'6". I think if I was supposed to grow, I think I was supposed to be like 5'8", 5'10", maybe the most. Because both my parents are like below 5 foot.
what are they, fucking dwarves?
Aren't you
Yeah.
adopted?
No, you're.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
I was like, you know your parents.
No, my mom is, I think she's like 5'2", 5'1". My dad, my biological father, who I don't know, is 5'5".
I thought I saw your dad come out to a show.
That's my father. I mean, he's
Okay.
not my actual dad. Like, he's not technically my dad.
and your
but-
mom's the white one.
Yes.
Okay, Italian. Is that a weird way to
No,
phrase
it's
it?
just a weird way to phrase the white one.
Italian, unfortunately, yes.
Is it the? Is your mom
White. Just is your mom white, I think. The
Well,
white one.
You have.
What?
We assume if he has a white parent, like he
Well,
doesn't
that's-
have two white parents,
well,
that
that's
would be yeah.
It's confusing. It's really confusing. My dad, my brother's dad raised me, so that's my
Okay.
dad. I consider him my actual father, even though there's no blood relation.
And he's a white.
He's an
Oh yeah, if you see his
He's
family,
actually
so your
a-
mom. So despite earlier claims, you can go back.
I could.
funny enough, if you see Luke's family photos, it looks like a white family kidnapped him. So-
There's actually a great picture of me, my brother, and my dad with a Mountie in Canada. And it's so funny because they're all the Mountie has a weird look on his face. Like, why the hell is it? I almost got before that, I actually almost got deported from Canada when we were trying to go over there because my dad forgot my birth certificate, and I was with my dad's family, so there's no blood relationship between there. So it's me, my grandma, my aunt, my brother, my grandpa, and me. I'm the only black person in the car.
yeah.
So like I almost got
you
deported.
kidnapped this child.
Yeah, so Canada is also racist.
Oh yeah, well that's always been a thing.
Yeah.
True.
Also, you were just a black guy trying to get into Canada. They were like, "What's going on? Who
Thank God,
is this?"
Yeah, thank God they missed the heroin in my asshole.
No, Detroit's that way.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a comment just real quick. Mark Wellborn, sorry, this is a little late, buddy, but he said Lukey is insurrecting drop tent.
Yes, I am.
What's up, Mark? Thanks for watching. You're gonna get a plug later
The
in the
Dan
show.
Dupree
Stay
line
tuned.
for every comic, very funny comic. Mark Wellborn, very funny.
Very funny, but I would
I'm
mean it. in
ambivalent.
Oh,
other
he's on the
context.
show Thursday.
Yeah, he is. We're gonna
Oh,
plug
yeah,
that.
I'm
We're gonna plug
ambivalent
that
to him.
later.
No, he's
Yeah.
great.
No, Mark is awesome.
Sorry
Plus,
to interrupt.
he got called out by burlesque dancers for being sexist, and I would love to get to the bottom of that.
We should have him on and talk
And a
about
burlesque
that.
Yeah,
dancer.
it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, one of my it was a burlesque show. My worst show ever was a burlesque show. It was a drag burlesque show. So I actually have joined the conservatives in something and hating drag dancers. No, it was
Were there children there?
it was
to,
awful.
to
No,
read
no,
to,
no.
or-
Just
okay.
just my childhood dreams dying that night.
Now, did you also do it in front of 4-year-old kids too?
No, this was in a dive bar. It was like a drag burlesque show. It was definitely adult themed, but the drag, long story short, the whole thing was fucking cocked up by the producer. They handed me the wrong names, and they were making me say these intros for these drag dancers, which might have worked for RuPaul, right? But when you hand me a thing that goes, "This bitch has the ass and an attitude to match," like it doesn't sound campy or fun. It sounds like I just called this drag artist a bitch. So, but they said, read what's on the fucking thing, read the intros. And then they mixed all the names up. So I was introing the wrong people by by the
Oh,
wrong
they get
names,
mad.
which is like no longer like a hey, something happened wrong on the show.
Right.
It's this Trump motherfucker's dead naming everyone or whatever.
right.
So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like and then half of the audience was like a bunch of hipsters, and they fucking liked me at first. They loved my set, they loved my energy, but the other crowd hated me. The other part of the crowd, the people that went there to see the drag dancers, hated me so much.
The ones
that
I side with.
Yes,
Right.
yeah. But the other half of the audience was too smart, so they got on board on hating me as a bit. So like half of the audience legitimately hated me, and then half of the audience.
That's a really way to coddle your feelings.
Yeah. Thanks. Or they started hating me during the thing. All right. But so anyway, at the end of the show, the drag no, there was one biological woman, and she was like a famous burlesque dancer, and she'd come over from like France, and I went to intro her, and they did nothing. I was like, please put your hands together. Nothing. And I went, okay, guys, come on. I know you're tired of me. I know we don't really have a good thing going, but she came a long way to come dance for you. This is what you came to see. Please give her a warm welcome. And I stopped and I was like, and if this helps, this will be the last time you see me on the show.
Nice.
Standing ovation. Standing fucking ovation. And I don't know, you guys have had this before. The show ended. I walked out, got in my car, and drove straight home. I left.
Silence.
You
probably didn't have any music on.
My feet didn't stop from "Good night, everyone"
Right.
to the fucking car, and I was just driving home. It was that bad.
They're sensitive at those shows. I did a burlesque show where it was like you did the performance and then you sat down with the dude that booked the show, and then he like TV show talk show interviewed you. I did my set. I did well, and then I went and sat down with the guy. One of the dancers came over, like asked if she could sit in, and then just sat down. It's like, so how long have you hated women?
It's so funny that you mentioned that. So at that burlesque show, I went with my then at the time girlfriend, and as soon as I walked in, the woman who was running it was not the girl that booked me. She was sick or something. The girl that was running it puts her hand on my chest, traces it down to my stomach, and goes hi or something. And I step back, and I'm like, hey, I'm your comic. Nice to meet you. And it was obviously awkward, right? Don't talk to her until it's time to go up. She goes up and says, is everyone ready for your host? Yeah. She goes, this motherfucker is a real asshole, a scumbag, and he knows what he did. And she walks off stage. Yeah. And I have to take the
Wait, you're the one that got touched?
And she touched me, but I was in front. I mean, she was.
I
not,
tell you, these broads.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. It just that was the one awkward moment. I didn't think anything of it. That was kind of weird. Why would you flirt with me right in front of my girlfriend like that? But then, yeah, she intros me like that. I get up and I go, ha ha, I just met her. I don't know who she is, which just took me even deeper into the hole. And they were like, you definitely raped somebody. And it was just like, God damn it. So I dug myself out of that hole and then was put back in when I was like, give it up for the bitch with the extensions or whatever.
Man.
Yeah.
It's it's a bad show when you getting Me Too'd is the afterthought.
Yeah, exactly. So it was that was probably the worst bum of my life. I guess that was like 2 or 3 years ago. But burlesque.
I actually had a good set at a burlesque show. So I one really great set, and I had that horrible set. So it's evened out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few really good burlesque. Funny enough, the guy that booked that burlesque show that you did, Fenris, I did one of his in Delaware, and it was a blast.
Oh, that was great.
So,
yeah.
But that's the thing about shows. You never know.
Exactly.
The bomb I just did this weekend, I did the same exact set to a certain point that I had just killed the week prior in New York at, and they fucking loathed me so much it became a classic Dave Primiano. Oh, you didn't like that? Well, you're definitely not going to like this other joke that I'm about to tell you only because you hate me.
I'm not breaking my gate.
Mine was more like, oh, if you didn't like that, I'm going to punish you with more of it,
So wait, drag shows for kids though. Yay or nay?
I think nay on that one. I'm a nay on that one. Contrary to popular belief, I don't think that's good for kids, but neither. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea.
But if the parents are like, would you protest it? Or if the parents,
I wouldn't get out of bed to do anything about it. No, am I going to tweet about it? Yeah, I am.
It's funny when you do that. People are always like, "Why do you even care so much?" It's like I'm doing nothing. I do not.
I don't care.
Like I am literally just typing into a computer or a phone about this.
Yeah, no, I don't care. There's actually a place in Conshohocken, Southern Cross Kitchen. They have a drag show. My grandmom's a big.
It's called Southern Cross.
Southern Cross Kit. That's actually now knowing that now, it's actually not a good. That's a bad name for that place.
It's pretty contradictory.
Great barbecue though. But
Sorry, I just thought of a burning cross.
That's what I thought of too. Which explains. Yeah, but I want to
The
bring
Joker strikes again.
Where's the best barbecue? Kansas, Texas. I expect bigotry in my barbecue.
course,
You know
of
what I
course.
mean?
Man, that's where the flavor.
There's
Yeah,
a place.
exactly.
There's a place in Georgia. They had a sign, and they had a bunch of hanging Obamas from nooses.
Jesus.
And I was like, "That's bad, but how good's the peach pie there?"
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
There's gotta
you
be some
know-
good food there.
Right, you know there's going to be some
Yeah.
good food. Yeah.
What percentage of that do you think was based on his politics?
Yeah, I don't know. They were really against
They're
his
mad about
actions
the
in
tan
Syria.
suit.
Yeah,
The tan suit and the tan skin also.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. You are fucking refreshing to talk to as somebody who, like, I interact with a lot of conservatives, and most of them are great people. But you're fun because, like, I don't think you buy into that bullshit. You're one of the only people I know that's like actively political that won't be like, yeah, well, the party said this, so that's the way it is.
You said
know?
don't buy into that bullshit after I mentioned the hanging Obama
Yeah.
statues.
Well, you didn't.
I
oh
wouldn't
wait,
do
can
that.
I? Yeah, where can I buy one?
I didn't mean that shit. I meant the fact that you're willing to admit that a lot of Republicans didn't like Obama because he was black, whereas a lot of people like act as if they're on CNN when you're like, well, no, it was really a policy, blah blah. I like that, like you can be honest, like like fucking, it's stupid, like I don't know.
I don't like Obama because he killed a lot of innocent children in Syria.
I mean, isn't that a presidential rite of passage at this point?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
yes.
basically everyone.
But
You
he's the best at it. That's the problem. He's the Muhammad Ali of killing people with the last name Ali. He's like, he's fantastic at it.
That's good.
But yeah, I think anybody that wants to be a president should be put in prison and shot. Anybody that wants to be president,
Yeah.
Well, that
like,
was.
You're
I know
already
you said-
fail.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you already
think-
fail if
yeah,
you want to be it.
yeah.
There's
I want
like
to
a mental
control
flaw.
millions
yeah.
of people. Okay, die. Like,
That
you
was
should-
the weirdest thing about them. Like the biggest hang up with Trump is, oh, we have to replace him with someone whose ego's in check. I'm like, their job they're going for is being in control of a country.
Yes.
There's a lot of fucking
you have to
ego
be
in that.
egotistical to
Right,
do
your
that.
job is called the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
There's no way you're humble going for
Yeah,
that
what do you want to
job.
do? I want to speak for an entire country.
Yeah. I want to see those debates with the guy with no ego. It would be a disaster. He's right. I would.
Well, that's actually we have a candidate. That's Bernie Sanders.
I just fuck it all up.
I think Hillary's a good president. She's gonna be good. So is Joe Biden. I hate Bernie Sanders so much. He's such a cuck. No offense. No
That's
offense.
okay.
No offense to who? Bernie? Wait,
He-
Cox?
he-
Not
No.
you, Dan. Dan's a
No,
Bernie
known
fan.
Cox. No, he knows I
Well,
voted. He knows I'm a Bernie.
Yeah.
guy.
I think I don't. I don't have an opinion of him. He seems like an.
I
all
said
right
I
dude.
looked at you
Yeah.
because you're both Jewish. No offense.
Oh,
I'm a racist.
yeah.
Disheveled Jews. I mean, it's.
I feel pretty shoveled today.
Yeah, you're very shoveled today.
yeah.
Everyone's looking pretty sharp today. You guys can't even see Neil, but he's looking sharp. He's got a new
Yeah.
haircut. He's looking fancy.
Luke is the most disheveled one of all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very.
You thought we were an audio podcast, didn't you?
I thought actually I'll be honest. This is me dressing up for the podcast.
No shape up though. Yeah.
No, I should have got one. Yeah. Again, I'm too scared because I'm balding, so I don't want to get. I'm too scared to get a haircut.
Yeah, because eventually you will get the last long length haircut
Right,
you ever get.
right.
That is a rite of passage
Right,
of all balding
yeah.
men.
I mean, wait. Give me this real quick. Let me.
I got the M.
Yeah. So you really just got the widow's.
It's the
peak
Norwood
kinda-
scale.
Yes,
Norwood
right.
scale?
That's you learn that when you start going bald.
Yes.
I've never heard that term. before.
Minoxidil, finasteride. Yeah.
That's right.
I was
They-
on
they'll
it for
talk
a
about
year.
All that shit.
I took
Yeah,
the
I
hair
took
pills.
I took finasteride. That's Rogaine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
took that for about a year, and then I took Propecia for like 2 weeks, and it fucked me up.
Really?
So yeah, maybe want to like commit suicide.
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
not
He was
a suicidal
120
person.
pounds before that.
That's all hair in them now. I don't want to stop.
we just need to poke a few holes in him, and the hair will start coming out like that fucking Play-Doh spaghetti maker.
Yeah.
Trust me, if that could work, that would be the next
Oh, yeah,
episode of the
yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, typically you have to trim out the hair. You look like one of the new zombies from like it comes out your mouth. Like it's just you can't stop it.
I'll have you know, I was fit when I lost my hair, Dave. Okay,
Yeah.
this is COVID. I'm a COVID fat
Is
guy.
it?
Yeah.
I was a COVID skinny guy, then I had lost 2 dream jobs in 2020 and ate myself out of the ocean. So
So aside from the Eagles, MLB Network.
Yeah.
So Luke also, for you listeners, he not only worked for the MLB Network and quit, I believe, because you shit your pants on the train.
almost shit my pants
Okay,
on the
we're gonna
highway.
talk to you about that in a
Wait,
second.
why do you quit for almost shitting? I mean,
I called out, and then I was like, okay, I think it's best you don't show up anymore. I was like,
that was the first day.
that was the 3rd week.
Oh,
4th week, maybe. I think it was the 3rd week.
you could call out once.
I think you
by
could,
3
too.
weeks.
I feel like MLB Network is probably one of those places that's like all up their own ass. Like
Yeah.
when I came in, I had to work for 7 years without sleeping, and so then you have to too.
Yeah,
or
so
you
I
don't
thought-
love
yeah.
Oh,
this
yeah, so
job.
I went
thought- yeah,
I went
sorry.
to school for broadcasting because I like, shooting videos, editing videos and podcasts, stuff like that. And there's the thing they don't teach you about jobs with that stuff. They don't pay anything.
Right.
They don't pay shit. So I was working at LB Network. I was making good money. It was like $24 an hour. That's like a $46,000 salary. But I was driving an hour 45 one way, and so like I couldn't find a place. So I'm driving. And it's just like another office job. You're sitting at a desk all day, so it's not entertaining. But
You were right outside of New York too.
Unlike
Right,
baseball,
yeah.
which is super entertaining.
Yeah. So like I'm working and Saturdays I would work 6 to 11. Oh, sorry, no, I would work 11 to like 4.
Yeah.
And then in the
yeah,
morning it was horrible. And then I was driving one day and I was like I had to use the bathroom. Every day I would steal from Wawa 2 cold brews and 2 breakfast sandwiches. And I would. But
So
this
you'd
one-
basically make a shit bomb inside yourself every
pretty
day.
pretty much, yes. But I would have to drink the cold brews just to stay awake. Like I was driving home one day at 3:00, and I remember I fell asleep and I heard my head hit the back of the seat. And I just braked. I almost killed myself. I was like, "What the? I gotta get out of here." So I had to shit driving, and an 18-wheeler overturns on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh,
so I'm in
fuck.
traffic for 3 hours, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What?" I'm just going crazy. I email my boss and I can't come in, and then the CEO of MLB Network sends me an email to call him, and I go, "Okay." So I said, "Hello." He goes, "Hey, look, we find it best you don't come in anymore." I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
Damn.
I'm so happy.
That's like being suspended by the commissioner.
yeah, it was great. No, it was great.
And holy shit.
So I apologize to my cousin for getting me the job. I apologize to him because I appreciate the help, but the job was terrible.
Didn't work. And then you went to work for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, the Eagles. I was happy. I was making. I mean, listen, everybody there was great. People there I met all the players and all that stuff. I was filming the practices. The pay was bad. $15 an hour to work for the NFL franchise Philadelphia Eagles.
Before all that money went to Hertz.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
Who would have thought if I said so that money would have went to me?
Team-friendly deal.
Hurt-
Fucking love it, baby.
No, he deserves it. He deserves
Hurts
it.
Hurts has good knees. So
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
What's your 40 time?
40.
I could pull. Do you run full speed?
Yeah, I
you?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I do. I go on the treadmill. So my high speed's 6 miles per hour.
That's a power walk.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. It's a jog.
6
Can't
miles
power
an-
walk 6 miles an hour?
6 miles per hour is a power
No,
walk.
it's not. No way.
I don't know. I'm
You
not
care to weigh
comfortable.
in?
I'm not comfortable with Dave asking you your physical stats like this.
You're gonna put me on the
I mean,
auction
yeah,
block
I have
soon.
to I have to
Let
lower
me measure
myself.
your head real quick, Luke.
When compared to handicapped people, I fucking
How good your
I sound
picking
like
time?
Jesse Owens. My what?
How good your picking time?
Yeah. Are you allergic to boll weevils?
Picking cotton.
I knew I didn't want to be the one to say it. I was waiting for you to finish. I knew you, man.
Dave's being handed his lunch. In
Yeah.
general, average jogging speed is 4 to 6 miles an hour.
Oh wow.
Yeah, jog. It's a
Okay.
jog.
What can I say? I guess I'm the Roger Bannister of this podcast.
Dave
I don't know.
Premiano, the premier athlete over here.
We talked on the last episode about Jewish athletes. What we didn't know is we have a premier Jewish athlete
Yeah.
sitting
Wrong
right here.
podcast.
Was that?
That
Oh,
was
it?
their
Doesn't
podcast.
matter. We were sitting on the same. So if you tune into
But hey,
the Cult
we
of Us,
found out Macho Man's a Jew from
Yeah.
from a wrestling fan misinterpreting a joke. Go figure.
Yeah, go ahead. Explain that one.
I don't think he is Jewish though. His last name's Poffo.
He told the joke about how wrestling they showed Auschwitz Memorial, and then he's and then they introduced their new wrestler, the Macho Man Adolf Hitler, and someone's like, FYI, Macho Man's Jewish. And I'm thinking that doesn't. He's not calling Macho Man Hitler. He's talking about the tone deafness of the WWE.
Yes.
It has nothing to do except for the nickname.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
But,
wrestling
wrestling-
fans are horrible.
Oh, they're
I've been a
so
wrestling fan for
fucking
23
dumb.
years. It's
Yeah.
horrible. They're the worst.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of comedians are wrestling fans.
Because none of us get laid. That's pretty much why.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Prime
I never-
example right here.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe I should start watching wrestling as so I have a built-in excuse.
Honestly, yeah, it's that's a lot of them are. I only watch like the certain like big pay-per-views, but yeah.
That's okay. It's just because every time you're on a date, you start going, "This is awesome." So that's a wrestling joke.
I try to call it home.
I don't
early.
even get the reference.
They'll chant after the match is good. It makes no sense because you never see a football game and they'd be like, "Oh, this is awesome."
I
But
hate
they
it.
do long-ass chants in soccer,
That's true.
so maybe yeah.
Well, what's gayer, soccer or professional wrestling?
Ooh, that's a tough question. It gotta be
wrestling.
soccer.
Yeah, I think-
No,
yeah.
really? I would-
Brendan Smith has a good joke. The local guy, I like his writing. I just was John Peters.
the speech impediment guy.
yeah.
He'll be on
Funny
the podcast
comic.
at
Yeah,
some
well,
point.
he'll be
we
on
got
the-
2 speech impediment comics that we want
Who's
to
the
get
other?
on. The stutterer. We
Oh,
have a
yes.
stutterer and a lisp we
Yeah.
want to get on.
Yes.
Drew Garrison.
No, I like
No.
him too.
Yeah, Drew's
I
cool.
like him too.
Yeah.
The podcast would be 6 hours. Though.
There you go.
Um,
He said that wrestling. He's got a bit. He's working on wrestling is basically just a drag show.
It's
Oh, yeah.
It's choreo. It's fucking. It's man ballet.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's-
Muscle
it's-
ballet
it's-
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's they fucking do intense harm to their bodies, and there's intense choreography. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
the same
Yeah,
steps.
they get
as
dressed
ballet.
up, do
Yeah.
different stuff, and then they come out
yeah.
and they're on a stage, and then they try
you
to win a
fucking-
belt. It's very
And
drag
yeah,
show.
you're really just watching to get a glimpse of some camel toe.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty much.
mantle toe.
I hate to be a douche, but I want to turn it back. I have a great,
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a great
Oh,
Eagles
yeah,
story.
Please go ahead.
Please.
Yeah, so this is my big job. I was very nervous about it. I would have to communicate with the scoreboard operator for like a walkie-talkie
For the Eagles, this was.
for the Eagles during the games for the ball placement, and I had like a really bad anxiety attack. 'Cause I was like, "What the hell am I going to do? It's so stressful." So like the day before, I just spent the entire day in bed just looking at my phone because I was so stressed out about this. I was so stressed. So I remember I get to the stadium. I'm in an empty link, and I'm just bawling. I'm just like, well, I'm just so sad and depressed about it.
wow.
I'm just crying my eyes out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, but they're doing tests on the intercoms, so I'm like sitting
and
there
you're
like,
mic'd up?
I'm sitting like, oh my god, and all you hear in the background is like, party rockers in the house tonight. And I'm just bawling my eyes out. That's so fun to tell. that
That's
story.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned it, but at one point I was watching a game with some of my family members, and I was like, my friend calls the downs on all the time, and now for the rest of my fucking life, when the Eagles don't pick up a first down, my family curses you.
Really?
I told them you don't work there anymore, and in the Super Bowl we didn't convert something, or we came close or something, and they were like, "Your fucking friend," and I was
Oh.
like, "It's not even the link." Like, what are you?
If I had to call the Super Bowl, I would have killed myself. I would not be on the. Oh, but yeah, I was having anxiety attacks about the Super Bowl, and I feel bad for you guys. I feel bad for all the fans and people there that they lost.
No, you don't.
Everybody I met there, I feel bad for them.
don't. This is
But
such
for myself, I'm very happy they lost that because I don't know how I can live with myself if they won without me.
Oh yeah, right.
You still get a
You
ring.
would have been able to get
you
a
were,
ring. Yeah.
If you were there for any time during the season, you get a ring.
I
Yep.
could have been there. I don't think I
Well,
would
they
have gotten
didn't.
a ring.
None of them got rings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right,
Cha-ching.
it's news time, folks.
that's it. Well, fuck it. We say it all often, but this was so much fun. We're gonna have to have
Yeah.
you on for free talk more often.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
this was
go.
fun.
Getting into it.
You're talking news. You're talking news. News. Talking news. We're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
I already spotted an error in the first story that I.
Logic or spelling?
I'm just gonna say it with the error that I misread it as. It says Dakota, but North Carolina governor signs trans athlete ban into law. He said his biggest concern is that if biological males are allowed to sign with a women's organization, then there would be just another team out there that would be able to beat the Hornets. Totally says Dakota. I fucking misread it this entire week.
That's okay. And we don't read any further than the
Oh, God,
headlines,
no.
so
And who cares about fucking North Dakota sports?
Before we go
true.
any further, these jokes have not been. Sorry, do your thing.
That's okay. I was about to do it. Good.
Oh,
good,
you were?
good. Yeah,
Okay,
we were.
good.
We were foot racing to it. Thank you, Neil. Dave and I do not confer. for these jokes that we do every week. We are hearing them live for the first time, and if we have any that overlap a premise of the same news story, we will do an official joke off, and we will let you, the viewer, decide. And I believe that you have a couple that we're going to toss to you and try.
I have two.
Okay,
yeah.
great. So, Luke, another thing about you that I love is you're great at political jokes and news jokes, so you're going to take a crack at it and
Yeah,
join
feel
us.
free to jump in, chime
Sure.
in if you have thoughts on anything.
Okay,
we're
okay.
talking about.
All right. The Pentagon leaker was arrested this week and revealed to be 21-year-old Jack Teixeira, who leaked the classified info under the screen name Jack the Dripper, which is ironically the exact request the leaker will get from his cellmate in prison.
Nice.
That the one that was in the National Guard? Yeah.
Yeah,
My
he was-
grandma had a whole rant about that, how that they're allowing drag shows for the military. She had a whole rant like they're letting these drag people in showing they're the military. I'm like, what are you crazy? They're not letting that happen. So listen to like look at the headline for like rightwingpatriotnews.net/URL 14.5. Like, oh, this is definitely real news.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Stranger Things animated series coming to Netflix, said the creators. We were a little put off by some of the reactions to Millie Bobby Brown, so we decided to do it this way because no one would have a weird, creepy attraction to a cartoon character.
Drake's a big fan of Millie Bobby Brown.
It was, yeah,
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's still, I mean, she's 18 now, but it's
still
it's
weird.
residual weirdness from
Yeah, I
how
think
much
so,
weirdness
too.
there was
Yeah.
before she
Yeah.
was 18.
Yeah, exactly. Or also when people play young, people don't parse them as adults, so you can't even. I remember saying I thought the girl from the adult actress from Cobra Kai was cute, and people were like, "Ew, she's in high school." I'm like, "No, she's like."
Wait, which one?
21.
LaRusso or the other one?
LaRusso.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know LaRusso was I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
one I preferred.
I mean, I
myself.
prefer the
Peyton
other
Royce,
one.
right?
I just,
Peyton Royce? Yeah.
yeah. It just so happens that this
Yeah.
was about LaRusso. But anyway,
But they're all high school kids, and we're all fucking old.
Yeah, we're all
Except for
pervs,
Luke.
yeah.
Luke,
yeah, Luke's
could
a young,
barely
Luke's a
get
young
away
buck.
with it.
23.
Yeah.
Going on 56.
Yeah, black dude crack. I say that about you all the time, though. Fuck it, I'm so mean.
That's the first time I heard it today.
Yeah, that's true. Philadelphia cop bites security guard while being escorted from a rooftop bar. Philly PD says this is the last time Scruff McGruff gets invited to work events.
Nice.
all right. Be sure to pan to Luke for a reaction after this one.
Got it. On it.
A Navy ship named for a Confederate victory now honors a black Union hero. They figured the best course of action towards erasing a part of America's shameful past is by putting a black eye on a large ship.
That ship doesn't called the SS Luke Kincade.
I'm not even going to talk about it. Nobody on that ship can swim. It's fucked up. Two men hospitalized after game of Monopoly ends in sword fight in what police are saying may be the only fun game of Monopoly ever played.
I disagree with that statement
More of a
wholeheartedly,
sorry guy. More
but
of a
I
sorry.
defend your right to make it. Fort Lauderdale flooding forces airport to close, leaves drivers stranded for hours. Plus, they have no idea when everything is going to clear up because even though the water hasn't moved past yet, it still has its blinker on the entire time.
I had a stupid one about there was like a guy in Haiti who got stranded in a boat for like 17 days.
Yeah.
And they they brought him back to I think he was back to Haiti, and they followed up with him because it's like, oh, how you doing now? And they go, horrible. I'm in Haiti. Can I please go back to that buffet on water?
Doja Cat announces that she is moving away from pop music to pursue her original passion, dick.
It's just right over the plate, baby.
You know, hey.
Oh
Sometimes
man,
it's just right there.
Love meta humor. That's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, that's gonna get some views. One of Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos killed in highway in Colombia. Turns out the vehicle lost control when the hippo started aggressively trying to eat the car radio.
We got a joke off.
There it is.
There we go.
Luke, you get to pick a winner too.
Okay.
You know, comedians aren't going to read a headline that sasays cocaine hippo on it and
That's
not
true.
take a crack, you know? Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippo dies after being hit by an SUV. Hippopotami are the world's second most deadly mammal, behind only Latinos with SUVs.
You went racist. Of course, Luke's going to give it to you.
So Cocaine Hippo, I can't wait to see.
Hey, you play to the audience you got.
That's right. That's right. And my audience, Staten Island. What's up? Shout out Staten Island.
Cocaine Hippo, I can't wait to see that new role Lizzo starring in. That's gonna be great.
All right.
Oh man,
We got
my
coke
whole
jokes, misogyny, racism.
My
This is the
whole
trifecta
network
right
is
here.
fucked.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Hey, do you want to stick around for his show afterward?
Sure. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Devastating explosion leaves at least 18,000 cows dead and one person critically injured. The one person wasn't injured in the explosion himself, but that is a lot of steak to try to eat before it goes bad.
18,000. That was more like 6 million that died in that.
Oh,
No, Jesus Christ. Woo!
We are live, by the way.
This episode.
There's nothing. I
red hot.
can't do anything.
We
There's
are
nothing I
living.
can
Yeah,
do.
this is the best.
This episode is red hot. Put your oven mitts on, folks. 'cause this
Don't
one-
mention ovens. Stop. Just stop everything. Stop all of this. Because we're not even gonna. If the best part is when nothing happens after this. Like, and we're like, oh, you guys all got the jokes. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're all cool. Yeah, we
Yeah,
cultivated
well,
our audience. Awesome.
sorry.
Follow Drum Tet Media on Rumble next week.
Going to True Social tomorrow.
Damn it.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is now so huge and permanent that a coastal ecosystem is thriving on it. If you're interested in learning more about creatures that live on and eat only garbage, please support your local open mic comedy
There we
scene.
go. Yeah.
Joke off time.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is now so huge and permanent that a coastal ecosystem is thriving on it. On the plus side, if it continues to grow at this rate, then the Clippers may finally have a home court to call their own.
I got that, Dave. I think
You
Dave
got,
won
you
that.
got
Yeah,
that
Dave
one
won
for
that
sure.
one.
Boom.
You got that one for sure. Although I do like that we found the exact same.
I know. I
story
actually
on that
just
one.
I left off the scientists say
Yeah.
just so we could match it word for word.
Yeah, there
The
you go.
setup.
Hey, it's
Thank
cute.
you. Yeah, I think I dropped scientist say too. Whatever. Fuck it. We found the same one. Gun found in quesadilla leads to arrest in Mississippi.
Ooh.
Police say the arrest almost escalated into a shootout when the suspect ordered loaded nachos.
Cute. That's a cute one.
So cute.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Such a cutie pie.
Aaron Rodgers appears to throw his support behind anti-vaxxer Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He said on top of his vaccination stance, he also admires how Kennedy comes from a family that knows how to disappear from your life on a high note.
I think Rogers is going to return to the Packers the same way John F. Kennedy Jr. is going to return to Earth because he's not dead.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, you'll like this one. This is about a Republican politician, Luke.
Lindsey Graham, I hope.
Fed up by local pothole, Arnold Schwarzenegger fills it himself. This marks the first time Governor Schwarzenegger filled a local hole and didn't have to pay child support.
Very good, very good. Mary Quant, inventor of the miniskirt, dies at 93. Unfortunately, her funeral isn't expected to have that big of a turnout, as many people just find open caskets too revealing.
Mary Quant. That's an
Yeah, it's a-
unfortunate
it's a
name.
bad
It's a
name.
sexy
Yeah,
name.
total quant, that lady. 3 Sherpa climbers missing after falling on Mount Everest. But they died doing what they loved, getting a finance bro the dopest Instagram picture ever.
Florida teacher allowed to work for weeks after allegedly saying she wanted to shoot some students. Her higher-ups told her, hey, in the state of Florida, that's supposed to be part of the daily morning announcements.
We had a shooting in my high school. We had a shooting, not an actual shooting, like a
Oh,
shooting,
man,
a
you
shooting
fucking
drill.
buried the...
You think if I was in a shooting, think I'd be here right now with these legs
He
and this
can't run.
body? I can't
Yeah.
run. But we had a drill. We all had to go into the auditorium, which is so stupid. Like we're all going to gather together closely. Like
That's just target practice.
yeah,
at that
really,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. play
Fish
a
in a
game of
barrel.
horse?
So guys, we're gonna do what they like to call a kill nest. Now, guys, this is
Kill
this is
nest.
really gonna really just allow them to focus their anger at you, really knock everybody
Put all
out.
the honor students in the middle and all the other idiots.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Do we give Neil a title? I like the kill nest.
The kill nest. That's the whole producer's bay
I
right
cannot be
there.
involved in this
That's the
episode.
kill nest.
I don't blame you.
You're
Neil
fucking
Wood is
knee-
not
yeah.
involved in this episode
You
in
are
any
knee
way.
deep in it now.
Who's up next?
Better knees than yeah. Okay.
We got Dave.
Oh wait, I just went.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just went.
Amigo. NPR leaves Twitter after being slapped with dubious state-affiliated media tag. In response, NPR is changing the name of its hit show to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell the Gestapo.
You know, I actually had an interview with NPR last year, interview, and I couldn't do it because I was laughing during it because sorry again to drop 10. There was a black guy interviewing me with a button-up polo with pictures of watermelon on it.
Jesus Christ.
And I,
What?
it's like, why would you wear that to an interview?
It's like
That's
a
like
test.
trying to goad a reaction
Yeah.
out of your
exactly.
liberal. Yeah.
He
it
saw
really
that
is.
you saw that you
man,
had liked
that
some
was a
conservative.
test.
Yeah.
I failed
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
I did not get the job.
Missouri theme park.
Jesus, you're sorry.
You should be.
I wasn't ready. I was not ready. Go ahead, Dave. Hit it.
Missouri theme park implements new rule after massive brawl erupts involving more than 150 teens. They said that only 2 kids are allowed to fight at the same time, and the rest will have to wait in line with clearly marked wait times.
I like that one. Oh yeah, got some for you here, Luke. John Fetterman returns to the Senate following treatment for clinical depression. The doctors declared his electroshock therapy to be a massive success, or as they put it, it's alive.
Very good.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Here's my smart one. I don't know if it's funny. A man who threatened dictionary publisher sentenced to a year in prison. He said although he wanted to perform an act of aggravated assault on that asshole, he's happy that prison will now afford him the downtime to read the other 25 letters.
I like it. Donald Trump says, if reelected, he will force federal workers to pass a political test to keep their jobs. But seeing as it's Donald Trump, there's a high likelihood it will be a wet t-shirt contest.
Nice.
Well, I worked for local government. You don't want to see those people with wet t-shirts. Those people are monsters.
Plus-size airline passenger demands free seats and bigger bathrooms in online petition to FAA. The airline has said that these redesigns aren't in accordance with keeping the planes in the sky, especially her request to replace the airplane wings with chicken wings.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say something. But I can't.
Go for it.
That's,
You're
that,
the one
that's in Soul Plane, I hear.
Okay.
Chicken plane.
Honestly, never saw it. Would not be surprised. Given the tone of those movies, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, that was actually a low joke for that movie. They didn't have anything that bad in that movie.
GOP leader Mitch McConnell returns to the Senate after head injury. In good spirits, but for some reason talking like a sassy Jamaican woman.
He'd be a lot more likable if he did that.
Wouldn't he? Some of our headlines, as we say, it's just more for the mental image than the actual punchline.
Bombo clat, no more drag shows for kids, no more. Bombo.
Robert Kraft battling bureaucrats over elevator in $43 million mansion. His rationale is that with his public life under such scrutiny, then at least in his own private home, he should be able to get off on every floor.
The Iowa Senate legalizes child labor in late-night vote. To enhance the children's work experience, Iowa officials also voted to rename the fetal position the cornball. Stupid.
I like it.
Thanks.
Train carrying hazardous material derails in rural Maine. Residents warned to stay clear. After this happening in Ohio first and now Maine, it does cause some to wonder if these materials became so toxic because they never get taken anywhere nice.
I was just wondering that. There's so many fucking derailments.
Yeah, so one of the jokes I wrote for this, it doesn't work because I saw it posted multiple times on Twitter, was like, oh, after the Ukraine war, America's seeing way more train derailments. and lots of other natural disasters happening. And so I was like, first ever
That's
case.
not a natural
Well, not a
disaster.
it was a shitty joke anyway. I didn't bring it up. But I was like, they're saying lots of train derailments, lots of other crazy stuff happening. So I was going to say, it's the first case of Munchausen by proxy war. But I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, if you could have delivered it, it would
Things
have been
that,
funny.
yeah, that was more things that make you go,
Yeah, it's more of a chin stroking joke than anything. That was horrible.
Yes.
I'd like to see you do that as Luke Kincade. It's a proxy war, motherfucker! All right, sorry.
You're not allowed to do it.
I'm allowed to quote him.
What if everything we said up until now was okay?
And then that was what got us canceled? Even with you doing the African
I'd be
clicks
shocked.
and all
I'd be
that?
shocked.
But I said TikTok. In
That's
the
true. It
clicks.
was great. It was a
Yeah.
great joke, and I defended you to my girlfriend. Trust me. When asked about the success of ex-husband Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner said, "It doesn't make me feel good," which is exactly how moviegoers feel when a preview comes on and they see Ben Affleck in it.
I'm going to see Air after this. Virgin Mary statue withstands earthquake in Turkey as cathedral collapses. It's not cause to celebrate yet, though, as the last time the Virgin Mary was hit by an act of God, it took several months for any damage to start showing.
Yes.
That's probably my favorite one.
That was really good. I like that one. I'm going to follow it up with a weak one. Ron DeSantis threatens to open state prison on land next to Disney World, meaning tourists will be forced to see men doing hard labor in the searing heat wearing humiliating uniforms with their entire lives controlled by uncaring overseers. And there will also be a prison nearby.
little good, you know.
Little switcheroo.
Didn't have to keep my glasses on to see that one.
Yeah.
I
liked it.
I hated Disney when I could not stand it. I didn't like it.
Too woke for you?
No, it's just I just didn't like it. It was boring.
Okay.
I thought.
That's fair.
It's all right. You know.
Yeah. Rapper E40 claims racial bias prompted removal from NBA game. He said if he was going to experience racial bias at a basketball game, it could at least be someone asking him, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be on the court?"
Where was he at though? Was he at Utah? Because I can believe it happened
I
in
have no
Utah.
idea.
Yeah.
Would anybody go to Utah?
Not willingly. Yeah. In a bid to combat mental illness, South Korea is paying lonely young people $500 a month to re-enter society. In related news, tune in next week for our new podcast, The South Korean Weekday Comics, where Senseis Primiano and Dupree discuss all of the South Korean news of the week.
No. Love it. Love it.
I've said a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to do it.
Please
do it.
hold your
I
tongue. Hold your tongue on
I
that
almost
one,
did
Luke.
it myself.
We're not going to do anything about that one.
No, there will be
Yeah.
no riffs on that joke.
No,
Thank
I don't
you.
want to say anything to get me in trouble. Here's my next joke. Florida woman steals $2.8 million from Holocaust survivor in romance scam. Her lawyers were quick to point out that a lot of this story doesn't make any sense. Like, who would believe someone from Florida outsmarted anyone? Or that a Jew would part with any money?
Yeah, who would want to offend anyone? It's okay. That's you can tell those jokes.
Yeah.
None of us can do a South Korean whatever we were going to do. Luke.
I'm 2% South Korean.
Oh, well, then
maybe.
fucking tee off, man.
I
Do
don't
it.
believe you, but
That was a lie.
I also know that you can get away with a lot of them.
Yeah. Here's another one that is sure to offend nobody. New York City authorities uncovered the existence of a covert Chinese police station in devastating news to the 3 bands in Brooklyn currently using the name Chinese Police Station.
All right, I got 2 more.
Same.
Let's move this one ahead because the next one's better. Sorry, that was peanut.
Live show, baby.
Hundreds of kids terrorize streets of Chicago, destroying property and attacking tourists. Many of these tourists were clearly distraught, saying, "We spent a lot of money to come here. We want some of that real Chicago crime, not some kiddie production."
Police warn of suspicious buses trying to pick up children in Virginia. Police say the buses will take them to a prison of anger and sexual humiliation, and that the buses are usually yellow and black with the name of a school district on the side.
That was great. That was great.
All right, last one. I think this is my favorite one of the week, too.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to fuck up, stutter over it. Okay. Budweiser releases new pro-America ad with iconic mascot in wake of Anheuser-Busch Mulvaney controversy. They wanted the people to remember how beloved their ads were before the trans incident, although they might have gone overboard by having a guy point at the horse's cock and going, "What's that?"
Yeah, that's good. I wish I had staggered mine for the best ones, but I love that one. That was great. My last one. Pregnant woman accused of shoplifting, shot by employee at Walgreens.
Sorry.
It's okay. I won't do it again. I just want you to say I've learned how to say it. Pregnant woman accused of shoplifting, shot by employee at Walgreens. The employee claims no violence was intended, but sometimes when you go to Walgreens, you need a plan B.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fantastic.
That was great. It was good news. Good news. Do you have? Did you have any you wanted to throw out? You said you had a couple.
Those were the matter-of-fact instances you gave in between.
Well, no, I thought the one was good, but the other one sucked. But yeah, that's all I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't give you any prompts or anything. You just came preloaded with
Yeah, I just had two.
Yeah.
One did pretty good, but then one was absolutely horrible.
That's all right.
Well, do you have anything to plug?
Yes, this Thursday I'm going to be in Parkersburg for
Parksburg, just Parksburg.
Parksburg for Animated Brewing. Animated Brewing. I'm hosting. We have Mark Wellborn, Dan DePriel, Mike Stanley, me. Maybe even Otis Tillman might be there. You never know.
Yeah, we have extended an offer for a guest spot to my co-host Dave Premiano.
And Dave, I apologize,
but I was
Dave.
told, the Sixers. I am going to run against the Sixers game.
I haven't been. I can find it. I can stream it.
Yeah.
I'll show up.
Yeah, come on, do 15.
All right, I'll come in and do 15. You hear that? I have a replacement show for Thursday now because my other Thursday show got pushed to May 18th. My Friday show got pushed to June. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have. It's good to have something fill that slot.
I'm
there you
also
go.
doing Speak Easy Philly May 12th
Yep.
with the great Steve Bickle. You might have seen him on podcasts such as Seriously Dad, produced by Drop Tent Media. And then I'm also doing Tuned Up Brewing hosting for Jay Yoder. You might see him on another Drop Tent Media network platform such as Seriously Dad. And that's all I got. That's all me.
When you hosting that?
I forget.
Just keep showing up.
Yes.
Yeah, he will ask
I
you.
had to talk to Jay tomorrow and go, yeah, it's this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do a great Yoder. You have anything coming up?
I already said it.
Did you? Oh, really? I just blank on everything you say.
I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, my show, Parksburg, Thursday. That would be 4:20. None of us are going to be smoking weed. Well, I might be.
I'm against it.
Never touch the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So
I will be there for Hitler's birthday. No, no fucking dirty drug addict talk from me.
There you go. Come to Parksburg, Pennsylvania, to the Animated Brewing Company to see the most sober 420 show you will ever see. It's going to be a really good one. Come on out.
Neil,
anything?
Yeah. You can. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe for Drop Tent since it's ruined. So we're gonna rename it. We're gonna do some other stuff.
If Alex doesn't get money during his indictment, you can get money for Drop Tent.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do something. No, go to droptent.com. All the dates and details for upcoming shows for Biggest Little Comedy and all the stuff we do right there. And you can check me out. IamNeilWood.com. Thanks.
tight.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. That's the show.
Arigato. Adios.
We're doing our first couple.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.